Hi everyone, how are you feeling today? I hope you are in good health. I am Ramalakshmi from SM Science Salamsha, Kuala Lumpur. Today we will learn about stars and galaxies, which is a topic in Science Form 2. Before we begin the class today, please be ready with your notebook and stationery. Pupils, what are our learning objectives for the lesson today? Let us take a look at the learning objectives that we need to achieve in today's lesson. By the end of today's lesson, you should be able to: first, communicate about the characteristics of objects in space, and compare and contrast the characteristics of stars, including the sun, and relate them to the observations of stars on Earth. Pupils, have you ever heard of the supernova explosions? Let us look at this picture. What can you see from this picture? Yes, you are right. It is an explosion. Supernova are giant explosion of massive stars. Every explosion produces 100 times the amount of light energy than the sun. The last supernova occurred about 400 years ago, but this was only discovered in 1987. This supernova was visible to the naked eye for several weeks. The universe consists of every existing thing around us. Today, we will learn about stars and galaxies that are found in the universe. Are you ready? Let's get started. Boys and girls, I would like to ask a question. What is a galaxy? A galaxy is a set of bodies consisting of millions of stars with gas and dust particles. There are millions of galaxies in the universe. Galaxies come in many forms, such as the spiral galaxies, the elliptical galaxies, and the irregular galaxies. Examples of spiral galaxies are the Andromeda and the Milky Way. And example of elliptical galaxies include the Ursa Major and Messier 87. Next, let's look at examples of irregular galaxies, which are the small Magellanic Cloud and the large Magellanic Clouds. Pupils, do you know which galaxy are we located in? Our solar system is located in the Milky Way galaxy. So, which type of galaxy is the Milky Way? Yes, you are right. The Milky Way galaxy is a spiral galaxy. Let us see what the Milky Way galaxy is. The Milky Way galaxy is a medium-large spiral galaxy. Our solar system is located at the edge of one of the spiral arms of the Milky Way. The Milky Way consists of approximately 200 million stars, and the Sun is one of them. Have you ever wondered how a star is born? Stars are formed from a nebula. Oops, what is a nebula? Nebula are large clouds consisting of dust particles and gases such as hydrogen and helium. The gases and dust particles in a nebula are pulled by a strong gravitational force which causes it to form a globe. Then, strong gravitational forces cause the globe of gas to shrink and compress until it becomes very dense and forms a core. The core shrinks and becomes denser due to the increasing strength of the gravitational forces. When the temperature and pressure in the core becomes too high, a nuclear reaction will take place. Hydrogen gas will turn into helium. A huge amount of heat and light energy is released. The core will shine and a star is formed. The star that is formed is called a protostar. This protostar continues to expand and becomes either an average star like the Sun or a massive super big star. Now pupils, after learning about the birth of the star, let us take a break. We are going to do a simple activity which will help us to remember the birth of a star. Firstly, write these keywords in your notebook. Nebula, gravitational force, compress, high temperature and pressure, nuclear reaction, heat and light, protostar, massive star. By using these 8 keywords, try to remember the process of how a star is born. Try to share with your friends or family members about the formation of a star. Boys and girls, just now we learnt how a star is born. Now we will take a look at the death of a star. Inside a star, a lot of heat is generated. This will heat up the outermost layer of the star. As a result, hydrogen within the layer starts to burn. This will cause the star to expand. During this stage, the star appears red in color and it is called a red giant. If the red giant is not massive, a white dwarf is formed. However, if the red giant is big enough, it contracts so quickly that a big explosion occurs called supernova. The supernova is extremely bright and can be seen in daylight. As a result of the explosion, a neutron star is formed if it's a big star. However, if this star is a super big star, then a black hole is formed. Why is it called a black hole? It is called a black hole because light in it cannot escape. At the same time, any matter that enters it cannot escape too. Boys and girls, the universe is beautiful and unique. There are millions of galaxies in the universe. The Milky Way is one of the many galaxies in the universe. In the Milky Way, there is a solar system which consists of 8 planets that orbit the Sun. And this includes Earth, where we live. And this is where we are now. From the diagram, Earth is smaller than a speck of dust in the universe. Can you imagine how vast is this universe, which is created by God? We can never see the end of it. We should be thankful for the beauty of this universe, which is a symbol of God's supremacy. Have you ever observed the stars in the skies at night? If you look closely, some stars appear bright while some stars appear dim. Now, can you tell me how many stars are there in the universe? Oh, come on, you can do it. There are 100 billion stars in the universe. Wow! Isn't that a shocker? These stars can be classified based on the following characteristics. There are 5 characteristics to classify stars. First is color, size, distance, brightness, and temperature. Generally, stars have a color that corresponds to its surface temperature, which ranges from a lower to higher temperature as shown in the picture. For a temperature which is less than 3500 Kelvin, the stars are red in color. There are small dwarf stars compared to other stars. They are visible to the naked human eye on Earth. For a temperature which ranges from 3500 Kelvin to 5000 Kelvin, the stars are orange in color. While a star with a temperature of 5000 Kelvin to 6000 Kelvin is yellow in color. And stars with a temperature range of 6000 to 7500 Kelvin appear yellowish white in color. The stars will be white in color if the temperature range is 7500 Kelvin to 11,000 Kelvin. For a temperature range between 11,000 Kelvin to 25,000 Kelvin, the star will be bluish white. Blue stars are extremely hot, where the surface temperature is more than 25,000 Kelvin. This means that the blue star is the hottest among all the stars. Boys and girls, you already know that stars have different sizes, and the massive, super big ones are called supergiant stars. Big stars are called giant stars. Really small stars are called dwarf stars. Pupils, I'm sure you can infer that the brightness of a star depends on its size, distance, and surface temperature. Sirius and Regal are the brightest stars in the sky. Pupils, we are now almost at the end of the lesson. Now, let us answer a few questions together to enhance our understanding of stars and galaxies. Question 1. Fill in the blanks in the statement below. You are given 5 seconds to complete. Yes, you are right. A galaxy is a set of bodies consisting of millions of stars with gases and dust particles. Let's see question number 2. Name 3 types of galaxies. Great job! Awesome, pupils! Spiral, elliptical, and irregular. You are excellent. Now, let's see question number 3. Can you match each of the galaxies below? Now, let us discuss. The first picture at the top is a great job, pupils. It is a spiral galaxy. What about the galaxy at the bottom? Excellent! It is an elliptical galaxy. Well done, pupils. Let's take a look at question number 4. Can you state 5 characteristics of a star? Brightness, color, temperature, size, and distance. Good job, pupils. Looks like you all have understood what you have learnt in this lesson about the stars. Question number 5. The diagram shows a type of star. Can you tell me what is the temperature range of the surface of the star? To know the surface temperature of the star shown, first let us see what color the star is. Yes, you are right. It is yellowish white in color. So then, we know that the surface temperature of the yellowish white star is between 6000 to 7500 Kelvin. is super hot, isn't it? Now, pupils, before we end, let us see what you have learned in this lesson. In this lesson, you have learned to communicate about the characteristics of objects in space. Compare and contrast the characteristics of stars, including the sun, and relate them to the observation of stars on Earth. As a conclusion, before we end, pupils, do you still remember what is a galaxy? Yes, you are right. A galaxy is a set of bodies consisting of millions of stars with gas and dust particles. We also learn about few types of galaxies. Can you list the types of galaxy? Galaxies come in many forms, such as the spiral galaxies, the elliptical galaxies, and the irregular galaxies. We also learned about nebula. Nebula are large clouds consisting of dust particles and gases such as hydrogen and helium. The stars can be classified based on their characteristics. Do you still remember how many characteristics are used to classify the stars? Yes, well done. You are right. There are 5 characteristics to classify a star: brightness, color, temperature, size, and distance. Remember to do your own revision at home to enhance your understanding, okay? I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson. Goodbye.